You would probably need a while to figure out that these intricate sculptures are made out of cardboard. Unless you're this British artist. For James Lake, cardboard is an invaluable material. Lake started sculpting as a form of rehabilitation ever since he lost his leg to bone cancer when he was 17.
I just started using cardboard from the local supermarket that they kind of recycle, and scissors and masking tape. And then that gradually developed because I kind of actually saw this was a material that had many kind of implications with regards to kind of using recycled resources.
Lake first sketches his pieces out on cardboard, builds an internal structure with hot glue and masking tape, and then puts on the finishing touches. He used the concept to make what looks like a simple skull.
In a way, it's quite a complicated structure, but it's a complete internal structure for a human face, which you can kind of build out over the top.
Lake not only raises eco-awareness, but challenges us to see the unexpected in ordinary things, one sculpture at a time.
The artist himself, James Lake, joins us now from Devon, England. Thank you so much for being with us today, James. Now, take me back in time. Tell me about your story. You find out you have cancer, and then you get into making art from cardboard. How did that happen?
Well, it kind of happened in a very kind of unusual way. Obviously I lost my leg at the age of 17, and I had 11 months of chemotherapy. So I actually found myself having a period of time where I couldn't do any of the things I would have normally have done kind of at that age. And obviously I had a loss of mobility, so I was kind of restricted as to kind of where I could go, and I kind of wanted to use my time creatively. So I hit upon the idea of making work from cardboard, and I, as a way of kind of using my time constructively, but also of kind of changing the immediate kind of environment around me. I started by making sculptures, so I couldn't leave my house for a while. I couldn't even leave my bedroom. I was very, very ill. And I kind of wanted to start using my hands, kind of making work, just in order to kind of help pass the time, but also kind of just kind of make the experience kind of more positive. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of initially where kind of the cardboard sculpture and using cardboard came from.
Well, why did you use cardboard out of all the material you could have used? And mind you, the sculptures you make don't look like they're made out of cardboard. Why did you choose cardboard?
Well, it's kind of a very interesting one. If you can imagine, I was making work at home. I was living at home with my parents at the time. I was kind of working in my bedroom. I kind of had limited resources. My family weren't very well off, and I needed a quick kind of material that I could find kind of locally, and I found that I could go to the local supermarket, and they had cardboard that they were throwing away. And so initially, kind of using cardboard was a way of kind of working with a low cost or free resource. And I was using very simple kind of materials to stick tape, glue the work together. So kind of glues and masking tape, and I'd cut the work with scissors. So initially it was kind of a point of finding a cheap resource, but also one that I could kind of manage, because cardboard is a brilliant kind of material because you can work with it in small pieces, but you can also attach those large pieces to make bigger sculpture. So it seemed to fit very nicely around myself, my home life, and the resources that I had to make it art. And further down the line, it kind of the quality of having this low cost resource that anybody can get hold of became very central to the work that I do, because I think it's very important for art to be open and accessible to the widest possible amount of people.
Now, James, tell me a bit about your project on supporting sculptural arts and the practice of it in schools and in colleges.
Well, this working with cardboard allowed me to take my artistic practice and take the skills that I'd learned and take them out into the community and take them out into schools. And this is very central to the idea of working with cardboard. Again, you're kind of working with this low cost resource, and you're saying to students, as I say in all the projects that I do, and I tell them about how I started kind of work in my bedroom, and I told them about the materials I use. I can tell them about where to find the resources they need to make work. So it's about taking a material that allows you to share your experiences and also to share the working processes. So it kind of breaks down barriers that way, which I think is really important to artistic practice.
It is. It is really important. Now, James, unfortunately, I'm going to have to end that there, but thank you so much for giving us your time and joining us on Showcase and breaking your own barriers.
Okay, thanks very much.